Not more like you just stole a candy bar, okay? I guess there's a question about almost $11,000 worth of lottery tickets over. Okay.
No, I'm out the road.
Oh, okay, I thought you were. Whoa, don't do that. You scared me, girl.
No, why would I do that? You're right here. Are you okay? It's just embarrassing.
Store robberies aren't always committed by customers or intruders in masks. Sometimes it's an inside job. Sometimes stores can lose thousands of dollars from thieving and deceptive employees. But no matter how clever they might be, the cops will always know if they're hiding something.
We need the money to pay for the lottery office now.
Okay, Sam, I will get that for you.
Okay, give me the money.
I'm saying, well, I don't have it all. You on my check?
On December 19th, 2022, the Florida Lottery reported that a local gas station clerk tried to claim a $25,000 prize after supposedly playing scratch-off tickets. While that would have been a win worth celebrating, what was suspicious about it is that the winning ticket was bought by the clerk at the very store she was working in.
Hey, can you come with me real quick? I gotta talk to you. Yes.
What happened?
We gotta talk about some stuff. Step outside for me.
What? God.
Alright, we'll talk about it. Come on. See if you come here for me real quick. 255.
What is this about?
Come on, just come this way. Alright, come over here. Come see where you're from. Lean against my car, alright?
Okay, what is this about?
I'm gonna explain it to you, okay? Just hang out, okay? Just give me a second, okay?
Okay.
Just let me get through the steps, and then we're gonna go from there, okay? So I'm gonna read you something, all right? Just bear with me a second, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Okay.
You understand? You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Do you understand that? Yes?
Yes.
Her scheme was pretty straightforward. She would perform her job as usual, but steal an entire book of lottery tickets, which gives her a high chance of finding a winning ticket. After reading her rights to her, the officer immediately cuts to the chase.
I'm giving you a chance to be forthcoming and honest with me. So I'm gonna give you a chance to tell me what happened. And then based on what you say, I'm gonna tell you what I know.
Okay.
But I'm giving you a chance to be honest, okay?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Here?
yeah, there's something happened here
Okay.
about some lottery tickets. Your name came up.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of research today. Let's just put it that way, okay?
Okay.
So look, I came up here to talk to you. So to give you maybe there's a logical explanation to this. I don't know. That's why I'm here, to give you a chance to explain.
Okay.
So that's what I'm here for. Go ahead.
Can I talk to my boss?
No, not right now.
Okay, well, I don't know. What am I being blamed for? Stolen lottery tickets or something?
Do you know anything about any stolen lottery tickets?
Not really. I mean,
Uh-huh.
no.
Working last Thursday?
Last Thursday?
That would have been
The 15th.
15.
I don't know. I can check my phone again. I don't know.
You
My
remember?
schedule's in there.
You were here because I already know you were here last.
Lottery tickets had already been reported as missing from the store, and to retain their lottery license, the store needed to compensate for these missing tickets. All the evidence was stacked against her, but since she continued to play dumb, the officer decided to play the woman at her own game, hoping to trip her up in her own words.
Scratch off.
Did you make a mistake?
Yeah, I probably, but I thought I worked that over with him.
What mistake did you make?
Well, he said that there was a short or something like that.
Short of what?
I don't really remember. That's
No,
what
I'm asking a short
I
of
guess
lottery
I
tickets.
guess, yeah, the count.
Okay.
When
Like-
you say a short, how do you mean? Is it like one ticket missing? Is it like 80 tickets missing?
I don't know. There was a short, I guess it was like maybe a couple, like $50, $60 or something like that, I guess.
So like short in your drawer? Or
No,
short in the
because you have to actually count them as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know
the
how
tickets were short.
Yeah.
Okay. Did
So
he
I
ever
don't
say
know
how
if
many were short?
No, and I thought I worked that over with. I know he came to me and
Yeah.
said it, but I
Yeah.
thought I worked that over, but it would be coming out of my check.
Okay.
So I don't
How much was supposed to come out of your check?
know. That's what I'm saying. I don't really remember. I can look. I mean, I don't really remember.
Okay.
So there was a short of tickets, like $50, $60.
I'm thinking that's what the last thing I remember.
At the moment, the cops are investigating the woman for theft. However, It's also considered fraud that she tried to claim cash prizes from stolen tickets. So it looks like there's no way she can get out of this scot-free.
Yeah, he'll always come to you if it's short the next day, and then he'll let you know, and then I'm like, okay, well,
Well, we're not.
You say work it out. Do you mean like he just takes
I'm gonna pay. Yeah, I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna have to pay for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay it back.
And how much did he say it was at that time?
I don't. That's why I say I can look at my phone. I can remember the day, but I don't really remember offhand.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, there's a bunch missing right now. A whole bunch.
Usually a bunch.
A bunch. Like,
So
I'm just like I said. Keep in mind, okay? I just want you to keep in mind. There's tons of cameras in here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You tried to do a good job, but there was some. We can still see some things. I watched the video.
So
That's what I want. This is your chance to be honest. Like, listen, there's bad people in this world, and there's people that just make mistakes.
What the officer's doing right now is sympathizing with her situation so he'd come across as non-threatening. While the woman's committed an extremely serious crime that doesn't deserve much sympathy, the officer's doing this to get a confession out of her.
So my guess is it's the holidays. Christmas is right around the corner. You have any kids?
Yeah.
You have kids. You probably want to give them a good Christmas. We have all this stuff going on. Inflation's up, everything's up. Like, it's an easy way to make a few extra bucks, and it is what it is. I think all that weighing on you, you're a mom, you got all this stuff going on. It's like, again, it's Christmas, it's the holidays, like, we made a mistake, we own it, we move the hell on, and we deal with it.
is that what happened?
So am I going to jail today?
I mean, as of right now, you're not under arrest.
I do have to explain to you that the reason we're out here is because it's 5 full rolls of lottery tickets.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a lot more
what.
than 50 or 60.
The officer showed her the documents from the Gaming Commission, which he got from the state of Florida. The documents showed that the time when the lottery books went missing and the times when the winning tickets were cashed in, she was the clerk on duty and was alone in the store. Based on this, it was not the first time that she fraudulently claimed cash prizes.
So I need to let the state know. I have to let the state know how many are gone. Because now you got to think about this too. There's innocent people out there that might have a ticket that maybe he thought was stolen that's not stolen. So I need to know how many books were taken.
Let's say it's a jackpot winner for $25,000. He gets charged with stealing $25,000 and tampering with lottery tickets.
So what I have to do, we got to try to protect other people, whoever it is, and we need to know how many books were taken.
Did you take the books?
I know there was one.
Just one.
Yeah, and I don't.
Which book was it?
There was.
It looks like he's finally gotten a confession from the suspect, so now the investigation's making good progress. The officer, however, is quick to point out that she's not admitted to the full extent of her crimes.
Hold on, just let me finish, okay? And the reason I know it's more than one book is because, look, 12/18 yesterday, 1856 you cashed one. That's from one book. At 1857 you cashed another one. At 1858 you cashed another one. Those are from 2 separate books. So I know more than one book.
I'm not saying that. I'm trying to think, but I know I don't have the whole complete book. But I just don't want to go to school.
I understand.
I have my kids out here. I live in
How old are your
You're
kids?
not on London Crest anymore?
No, we got evicted. Like,
What
I
hotel
don't-
are you at?
My kids are out here.
I understand.
How old are your kids?
They're 13 and 15.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay because now it's like that's bad, but then that that I just
That was just a mistake.
The stolen items are not simply something that she can give back to the store. The lottery books have been reported stolen and are now completely invalid and unavailable for resale. And on top of that, the winning tickets from those were cashed in already by her. When she's brought back to meet her boss, he was quite understandably furious.
I don't have it.
Well, the books are reported stolen. The books are no good.
Yeah,
The state of Florida.
stolen already. Stolen and we will pay. The box is cancelled. We need the money to pay for the lottery office now.
Okay, Sam, I will get that for you.
Okay, give me the money.
I'm saying, well, I don't have it all. You want my check? I have 2 checks. That's it.
If you don't have it, you deal with them.
Let's work. Look, let's work on getting the tickets. Come on,
Can I just ask him 1 second, please, boss?
We're almost. This is not the time to do all this. He's already kind of said what he wants to say.
No,
We can't sit here. We're not going to sit here and badger him.
And this is not.
Come on.
Okay. Well, can I grab my stuff?
We'll get all your stuff. Let's work on. Let's call your mom. Let's call your mom. Let's go talk to your mom. Let's call your mom. Let's work on getting the tickets.
The cops so far have shown remarkable sympathy for the woman. They might be thinking that her crimes were committed out of financial hardship and that she simply made a poor decision. However, she's not as innocent as she appears.
Got it.
No, I'm out the window.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. Whoa! Don't do that. You scared me, girl.
No, why would I do that? You're right here.
You scared me to death. You gave me a heart attack.
I have to hit it
Come
to
on.
roll up the window.
I got you. You scared me to death.
Come on, man. I'm not gonna.
I was like, we're gonna make this really bad.
Oh
You need help?
no. I got it.
Wow, check out that Jaguar SUV. It doesn't look like she's struggling with serious financial hardships at all, or at least not serious enough to lead her to a life of crime. And though the cops have been patient and sympathetic with her, it doesn't mean she could enjoy it for too long.
Just pull the whole bag out. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. It's right here.
Just pull the whole bag out. Just pull the whole bag out. Let's go.
These are mine.
Okay, just pull the whole
I'm
bag
getting
out.
the books that you asked for here.
Yeah. Okay.
These
All right. Tell you what. Just hop out for me.
Yeah.
No. There's a whole bunch more in there. There's a whole bunch.
Because these are mine. That's what
You
I'm
didn't buy all those books. I'll tell you what. If we're gonna play, we're gonna play the game. I'm just gonna tow the car and write a search warrant on it.
I'm gonna get the.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
No, please, here. Okay, just take the bag. Okay, Officer Mike, I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Why, please. I'm begging you.
We're done playing games.
We're done.
After being arrested, the woman was charged with grand theft and given 60 days in jail as part of a plea deal. Shockingly, her criminal activities continued when she missed a court date, which also led to drugs being discovered in her possession, and she also caught another petty theft charge. On the 6th of February, 2024, in Palm Beach County, Florida, the cops were sent to an Old Navy store regarding a reported theft. When an officer arrived on scene, a staff member was waiting outside to brief him about what happened.
We have a shoplifter over $1,000. She works with us in the company.
Okay.
So they just asked for backup HR.
Hi. How are you? Could you fill me in real quick? She was just telling me that you have an employee that stole $1,000 worth of merchandise.
We don't know. They just told us to call PD to have them to arrest them because we want to prosecute.
So you're not involved in it either?
No, it's the APA from the back. They just told me to call.
Okay. So you don't know anything about it? Other than what you just told me? Okay. Just walking into the Old Navy now. I don't even have any of the information yet because HR is in the office with the person right now.
Aside from being a crime, shoplifting is also an HR issue. It involves an internal investigation as well as a termination of their employment contract. When one of the officers spoke to another member of the staff, he then learned that things are actually a lot worse than they initially expected.
Raise your right hand. Everything's saying is the truth, nothing but the truth, help you out, right? All right, so tell us what happened with this employee.
So the employee was caught doing pass-off or benefited from pass-off merchandise.
Okay, can you explain again the pass-off?
Yeah, so basically she was acting like a cushy as a customer and somebody else was ringing her. And those items, although they were scanned, they were immediately deleted off the transaction.
Now you're saying that somebody else was scanning for her?
Somebody else was scanning.
So somebody
for
was
her.
helping her?
Somebody else was helping her.
Where is that person now?
That person is coming and I'm interviewing her right after this.
Oh, so you have two people?
Today, yes.
Okay.
So this person coming in ranked this person that I have in the office, and this person in the office ranked the person coming in. So they did it towards each other.
What is the total of both?
I'm treating them separately.
We're not.
You're
that's
not.
That's not how it works. They're in cahoots. They both get charged with a felony for the full amount. So if person A did $500 and person B did $15 of theft, they both get charged for $515.
I can provide that information.
The seriousness of the suspect's crimes have significantly escalated. The store previously reported that over $1,000 had been stolen, and that constitutes a felony. A criminal conspiracy, where more than one person's engaging in criminal activity, could be another felony charge. The cops soon speak to one of the suspects.
So, Ms. Brown, what happened?
Take merchandise that she paid for.
You took merchandise that
Cashier.
you didn't pay for. Okay, how did you do that?
The cashier rang me and then she take it out.
What? You say a cashier rang it and then they would take it out. Like, you mean, what, take it out? You mean canceling it from the transactions? Okay. And you said you were doing the scanning or somebody else was doing the scanning?
Somebody else.
Okay. What is the other cashier's name?
Lisette.
I'm sorry?
Lisette.
Lisette? So when did this start happening, of ringing these transactions?
To be honest, I don't remember exactly like the date when it happened, but I know it's more than one time it happened.
This happened more than one time?
Yeah. It's nothing planned for. It just happened, like I just bring the stuff and then she did that and it didn't happen again.
Now, are you getting this merchandise for what, your family, or you're trying to sell it?
I'm not selling anything I don't need. I don't know why.
So far, the suspect has not complained of any financial hardship or admitted to reselling items. It looks like Miss Brown and her accomplice Lizette just stole from the store simply because it was too easy, given the access they have as employees. Intriguingly, despite conspiring together, both of these women didn't really talk about what they were doing.
Are you saying you don't know why you're stealing it?
What?
So what are you doing with the clothes once you get them?
It's like it's stuff that I take to pay for, but she just take it out like from me and my kids.
So you're saying she's doing you a favor?
Well, I guess. Because it's nothing that we talk about. We never talk about it.
Okay.
And she
Have you done that for her?
I did that for her because she did it for me.
So both of you guys are being nice to each other, giving each other free stuff out of Old Navy's dime.
Yes, sir.
And she never said why she wanted to do that for you?
We never talk about it, to be honest.
So how'd this come about then?
That's the thing. I don't know. I just go to the register and then she just took it off. But it's nothing like, it's just crazy because it's nothing that I planned. Or she, I don't know, but it just happened, to be honest.
Old Navy sells budget-friendly clothing, so stealing $1,000 worth of items means they stole a lot of items. Eventually, the officer tells Miss Brown the bad news.
At this time, you are under arrest. You are going to our county jail. You are going also as a felon. It's a felony because the amount total goes over the felony threshold.
And what we're going to do is, all your cash, I'm going to count that in front of you now. So this is all going to go into evidence, but what you have, take it out, place it on this table, and we're going to count it together, okay?
These are Jamaican money. You want those as well?
Right now, we just need
Jamaican currency.
It's not going to go into this currency. It goes into just regular property.
Okay, just American U.S. currency.
You want the coins as well?
Yeah, just put everything right there. 188. I'll do it.
This is Jamaican, okay.
So take that out. $1, $2.
This one too is Jamaican.
Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16. $3.16.
So stand up for me, please. Do me a favor, turn around for us, please.
I'm going out the back door or anything? Or?
Yeah.
After Miss Brown was arrested, the cops then start investigating the other suspect, Lizette. She has a completely different demeanor than that of Miss Brown, and a somewhat different explanation of what happened.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm that the statement you're about to give is the truth?
Yes.
All right. So this is what I said. So you obviously know why we're here. So tell us what happened.
Well, I guess I did give items to someone who didn't pay for it.
Okay.
It was a coworker.
All right. And what is the co-worker's name?
Jody.
Jody? You know her last name?
No.
No? How long have you known Jody?
For the same time that I've been here, a year.
About a year?
Yeah.
Okay. So, walk me through it. What you said you gave items. How did that happen? What did you do? You just walked out with the items, gave it to her outside?
So, I guess one day it started with her asking me to check her out in the register, so I did. As I was scanning items, she whispered to me to take some off, but to still put them in the bag. And even though I knew it was wrong, I felt,
What did she say to you?
Yeah. What did she say to you again?
She, as I was, I guess, ringing up her items, she was in low voice telling me to take some off.
While both employees will be held accountable for their actions, Lizette's claiming that Miss Brown, also known as Jody, had ordered her to not scan the merchandise properly. With contradicting claims, the cops now have to figure out who's telling the truth.
Did she always ask you, or did you just automatically started doing it for her?
She always asked me.
She always asked you?
Yeah.
Okay. As far as you buying items, did she do the same thing for you?
Yeah, but without me asking.
Okay, but and you knew that you were taking stuff home that you didn't pay for?
Yes.
Okay. And in no time whatsoever that you thought maybe I should pay for these, you just walked out with the items? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And when she was purchasing items, she came directly to you.
Yes.
Were there other employees working?
Most of it. Well, no, it was most of the times when I was in the
The
register.
only cashier?
Yeah.
Miss Brown looks significantly older than Lizette, who's only 18 years old. The age difference here might explain something, and it could be why Lizette just followed orders from Miss Brown. Lizette later revealed that she was scared she'd have a hostile work environment, and she wanted to be on Miss Brown's good side.
Okay, so what did you buy from her that she would give you that, that she didn't scan stuff?
Chips.
So, actual food items, things like that, nothing that had nothing to do with...
Water and Takis, which is...
Yeah, I know the Takis, yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah.
So you know the clothing that she rung up that she voided out wasn't clothing for you, it was clothing for her?
One transaction with clothes.
So there was one
I
transaction?
never got clothing with her.
She
never bring me up for clothes.
According to that, you did.
So it was clothing and food items that she got that totaled $75.
Yes.
Okay, so you did get clothing.
Okay, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
You don't remember getting
You don't
clothing?
remember?
No, I'm sorry.
You just remember food.
Yeah.
No,
I
because
guess leggings?
yeah, there's boyfriend pants there, the flannel.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that now?
Sorry.
Okay, so who was that for? You? Okay.
Judging by the items stolen, it's likely Miss Brown was the ringleader of the operation. She simply included items for Lizette as some sort of payment for her silence. The cops then revealed the total value of stolen items by both suspects and the shocking difference between them.
So you agree with that to 19?
Yeah, I agree with that.
What we're talking about is misdemeanor felony level. Okay? $75 is the misdemeanor, is a misdemeanor. You're prosecuting on the misdemeanor. We just got to make sure on that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Guys, I was gonna check because I need you to understand this is what we're talking about right now, okay? Your friend is going to jail right now for a felony. Because she stole over $950 some that you helped her with as far as ringing the stuff up. You have approximately $75 worth of stuff. That's considered a misdemeanor. You are going to jail today. I'm going to make that clear to you. You will be under arrest today. Now, we will make the decision whether or not you have a notice to appear or actually take the ride to the county jail. What we're talking about is the fact, technically, if two people are helping each other out and trying to steal stuff, it is considered a felony. So that's what we were debating on, whether or not...
Let's just review the statute.
Ultimately, both women were going to jail. However, rather unfortunately for them, there was only one police car that could drive them there. So having just confessed about each other's crimes, it was pretty awkward for them to be reunited in the back of a cop car.
You want her passenger?
Yeah.
All right.
We got to figure out something. So we're going to put her in your car.
Can I spit on my gum?
Yeah, I'm not going to get you for glitter or anything. Go for it. It's your phone. That'd be real cruel of me to hit you up with that ticket. All right, so Deputy Alba here is going to go ahead and check you.
Where are you from? You're born here? Where's your background? Mexican? All right, so at this point, everything that Deputy Alva says goes. All right, he's gotta go do some paperwork.
Just watch your head, okay?
Thank you, Alva. I'm gonna cut this video for the phone.
Are you okay? It's just embarrassing.
And just like that, this duo was transported to jail to face the consequences of their sneaky plan. Employee shoplifting is quite common, but sometimes employees will also work with outsiders posing as customers. In our next case, a cashier and a grandma pull off an outrageous shoplifting spree. On October 1st, 2023, Florida police were dispatched to a local Dollar General store. The manager claimed the store was missing $10,000 and believed that the person responsible for the missing money was one of their own employees. When the cop arrived, the manager clued him in on what's been happening.
So is she in there right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So just give me a basis of what happened, what's going on.
Well, I was watching some video footage on her, and she's been stealing from my store. She's one of my employees. And my loss prevention person's here right now. I'm going over all of that with her. And
okay, so she's currently like semi-detained?
yeah, she's in the break room.
Okay.
Or in the office with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you have video footage of?
Her doing fraudulent refunds, and a family member. She is ringing but not ringing her out with 3 overflowing shopping carts and merchandise. She's sliding.
For herself or somebody else?
For her grandmother.
Oh, for her grandmother. Okay.
Boyfriend's grandmother.
Okay. Okay.
And she's confessed to stealing sodas and doing other refunds. Because what she does with the refunds, she's refunding it. It's not even her product. She's taking it off the shelf. And she's pocketing the money.
So the suspect's boyfriend's grandmother pretends to purchase items, and the suspect pretends to scan them. They'd pulled off their modus operandi multiple times without being detected. However, with security cameras and a loss prevention team constantly on the lookout, it was only a matter of time before they got caught.
Most recent event happened 2 days ago, where she allowed her boyfriend's grandmother to walk out of the store with approximately, it was like $800 in 3 different times. It was 300, 200 roughly. Okay. Because she didn't ring all the merchandise up and allowed her to walk out without paying for it. I can show you video.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
This is the statement she wrote for me regarding all that. This is the breakdown of the merchandise that we've agreed on.
Okay.
The suspect seems genuinely upset, but it's unclear if it's because of regret or because she got caught. But it's highly unlikely she was crying when they're enjoying their loot. Probably feeling sorry for her, the loss prevention officer told the cop about the suspect's behavior so far.
And she's been very cooperative. She's been very honest with me and told me everything that is everything here, so she has been cooperative.
If you take me, can I at least call my mom to tell her she has my kid?
Yeah, I can do that for you. I can do that for you.
991638. So this is them taking the merchandise. That's her taking the merchandise off the shelf and going up to the register. And then she was having, is that Pebbles? Cheryl. Puppy pads, and there's some pedigree in that. And right there was $42.75.
The stolen items include dog food and Tide Pods. It doesn't appear they're targeting items with high resale values, so they might not be stealing for money. They're just stealing regular items that the boyfriend's grandmother would normally buy.
This is one of 3 trips in that night.
In one night? And I was on the 29th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do you a solid and handcuff you in the front, okay? But as of right now, you are being placed under arrest, okay?
The suspect and her elderly accomplice have been stealing for a considerable amount of time, and roughly $10,000 worth of goods have been stolen from the store. Although she's starting to show remorse, no amount of crying can change the fact that she's committed grand theft.
I'm so sorry, Loretta.
Her band. Her family band. Or at least grandma for.
Yeah, I got you. Do you like? Probably not, but you don't know her information.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll try and get it
That's
from.
her boyfriend's grandma, so I'm sure she has.
Yeah, I'll try and get it from Haley. But you are wanting Haley
No, they're
trespassed
not.
as well. Okay. All right. Yeah. So before I leave, I'll type up my warning and
Yes,
then
sir.
I'll get it to you. So. All right. Let's head out to the car.
Alright, Dad, I have to go. Alright, bye.
Once the finer details of when and how she stole from the store have been established, it's still unclear why she did it. The officer simply baffled as to why she would do this and use her boyfriend's grandmother as an accomplice.
So why'd you do it?
I did it because I'm easily persuaded. I'll just say that. I'm easily persuaded. Times are tough right now,
Yeah.
and I thought it would just be...
Yeah. So as far as like the merchandise and then the money you refunded to yourself,
Yes.
were you doing that for yourself or for family?
Money I did for myself. The other stuff I did for her.
Like the merchandise?
Yeah.
Okay. And with grandma, it was planned for her to come in and.
No, there was never a plan. She would just come in and do it.
Okay. And then you just nonchalantly.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In the end, she was charged with felony grand theft and sentenced to a year of probation. Sometimes, the real punishment for shoplifting is the shame that's brought by getting caught. And our next suspect was left utterly humiliated after stealing from her workplace. On October 18th, 2022, a Walmart store discovered the fraudulent activities of a staff member. When customers came to return items, the employee would make the exchange, but didn't process it through the Walmart database. Then she'd take the receipt and do a proper refund, and put the money on a gift card for herself.
This is Dr. Robert's statement. I'm just talking to him right now that she estimates. Since she was doing these transactions, getting false returns, she'll basically just hand out merchandise and keep the gift card first.
Now, your statement, that's only for you and Walmart. That's not for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's us.
Because I have to read a Miranda and everything.
Right. Yeah, we just keep that statement on
Yeah.
file.
That's just.
Alright, can you just about 30 more seconds so I can make sure you're ready?
Okay. What's she doing now?
She'll.
Are these three different things?
No, it's all the same type. All refunds.
Oh, on multiple different things.
On different days. Like it's put on each separate day.
Okay.
This allowed her to make between $200 and $700 per day. As the staff explained, not only was she faking returns to get gift cards, but to pull off her scheme, she was also giving away merchandise to the customers and making those appear as replacement items.
Customer will come in and be like, I'm gonna return a battery, okay?
Unknown customer?
Unknown.
Okay.
Unknown customer. Now there's two in here that is an accomplice.
Okay.
But then the unknown customer comes in, they'll have a battery and they'll have an old battery, okay? She'll scan the new battery, upload it to a shop card, a gift card, and then she keeps it. And then she just gives the customer the battery. The customer just leaves. So she's giving the merchandise away and she's uploading a card to herself.
So they're not even paying for it?
No.
She's got us like minimum 2,000. We're gonna have more.
The suspect's only 18 years old, and given how young she is, she's perhaps stealing out of complete naivety and is unaware of how serious the consequences are. It'd be good for her if she immediately owned up to her mistakes.
Tell me what's been going on?
Basically stealing.
Stealing.
Yes.
Okay. How long has this been going on?
Whole life.
Dates, time frame. 2 months, last month, 3 months.
Around July or something.
Since July.
Just like I said, I don't know exact date, but like around July.
Okay. How has it been going on? How have you been doing this?
cards.
Huh?
With gift cards.
With gift cards. So customer come in, and how would you do it? How would you do the transaction?
Basically, like, say that they come up and they have like a battery or something like that.
Like a car battery?
Like, yeah. And
Okay.
then you'll do like the exchange.
You do exchange.
Yeah. And then you like swipe the card.
You swipe a gift card. Are they paying for the battery?
No, I'm there for exchange.
Oh, that's for exchange. So they're bringing an old battery in and getting a new battery.
Basically, yeah.
There are believed to be at least 2 other accomplices, but a lot of her crimes involved innocent customers who were completely unaware of her scheme. While searching her, the officer suspects that she could be involved in even more fraudulent crimes and decides to inspect her wallet.
I'll go through everything in here. This is yours, or is this Walmart?
That's mine. And then that's my WIC card, my food stamps, my ID. That's my
Is there anything in this thing that does not have your name on it?
Yeah, of course.
Huh?
Yeah. of
Everything
course.
has your name on it.
No. Some stuff does not.
That's what I'm asking. If
No, I just said yeah, it does.
a credit, hey, you got a lot of Walmart cards here.
Walmart gift cards,
Bunch of them.
shop cards.
And make sure no credit cards have someone else's name on it. They're all Walmart cards. Are they hers?
Are they the ones that she loaded the?
Yeah, you can throw them away. They seen the ones on my thing already.
Okay. Anything in your cart?
Oh, just
two
no,
things.
just
I'm
that.
not going to go through it, but
Okay. You know, it's just that right there.
that's the 2 little red
Yeah,
questions.
and there's
Nothing in that pocket? Okay.
The food stamps card suggests she was struggling financially, which might have been one of the reasons that drove her to commit such crimes. Sadly for her, she'll be walking through the store in handcuffs and in front of a lot of customers.
I'm going to walk you right through the store.
It's the only way out.
There ain't no back door. You do.
Because that honey took the
Well,
person
wait,
back.
this is your store. Yes, you're walking right through just like all the bad people. All the bad
She's been
people.
here this week all week.
Your front office?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I never came back there. I used to deal with Scott in here.
Oh, Scott Wilhelm.
Yep.
Scott's a good guy. He takes jobs though.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
It's in the front.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get my bearing in this side of the store.
You never been? You've been?
It's been a long time.
Ultimately, the suspect was sentenced to 24 months probation. The court records show that she stole because she wanted to make fast money. She is still young though, and it's certainly not too late for her to turn things around. However, our next suspect committed crimes that he might pay for the rest of his life. On January 31st, 2020 in Florida, the cops were dispatched to a Walmart because the manager was suspected of stealing money from the register. He would take up to $1,000 a day, and he'd been doing it for months without getting caught.
What you got?
A lot.
Well, I just talked with Paul.
Yes, I believe
Okay,
so.
and so I think he's going to try. So apparently, originally it came out that he wasn't on scene, and apparently he's on.
They called him, and after they called, he kind of like when he was on the phone, he was like, okay, like basically like I don't give that's what we took it as.
Yeah.
But
is he still here?
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm trying to. I'm my mind going so much I can't figure out what's going on.
What was it that he was stealing?
Money, straight cash. He had access to the recycling and the cash office.
Yeah.
CSM.
Yeah, I got it.
Making cash advances to his own.
One of the suspect's responsibilities as manager was to collect and count money from all the store registers, then secure it in the bank vault. When the suspect came in on his day off, that's when another manager became suspicious.
You can't know what's there. And the only time you see that kind of stuff is when you hide. When you hide, you see craziness like that. People be.
Put it in that bag. See, he thought he was smart because he would leave out of there with the bag. You'll see him leave out and then go around the corner.
So is that one of y'all's cash deposit bags, or is that his personal?
Well, that's cash deposit bag, but he was using it as his own person.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a legit.
Yeah, that's legit, but yeah, that's legit.
But that's a full bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the empty bag, and that's the bag empty. And then he gonna walk up, put it on this table.
Theft accusations are not something you just throw around without sufficient evidence. It's a pretty serious crime. Thankfully, loss prevention's collected footage of the manager moving the money around, which will be very helpful to the investigation.
Let me ask you this. So when you guys actually, for the people that are grab and drop, right? The people that are grabbing that stuff.
Yeah.
What are they
supposed to be doing with it?
Like, I wouldn't imagine y'all's procedure for that kind of money. I wouldn't imagine they would just walk up and they'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit here. I'm gonna take a little bit here and put it in. I would imagine there's some kind of like, hey, I'm taking 20 grand to drop or whatever. They've got some kind of form or a printout.
Yeah.
So even if he were to say I was doing a legitimate thing, that's not y'all's process, correct? Like, you wouldn't just walk in with a bag and just start grabbing putting it in there.
No, because the money they're taking out of that machine, they're supposed to put it in a register. Like, so if he put it in the bag, the bag's supposed to go
to a register so they can put it in there.
His numbers, so that's why he's putting his numbers in to get into the receipt. So you got to sign in so they can know exactly who's taking the money out of the.
Okay, so there's several things about this. Then number one, the looking around, the going in, just walking in there and just willy-nilly grabbing X amount of whatever he grabbed.
They then bring the suspect to the loss prevention unit to speak with a detective from the sheriff's office. It's safe to assume that he's fully aware that there are security cameras in the store, so that should be enough reason for him to just immediately come clean.
You have any idea what's going on?
Yeah, well, he just talked to me about some incidents, and I told him everything that I didn't remember it, and then other than that, you know, I figured that would be here when they called me and talked.
Okay.
I know she was how it goes.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about that part. Like I said, I just got it myself. I'm still working on it. It's actually quicker than I thought. Before we get going, I'm going to read you some information you are right now detained, okay? You were in notes. So, bear with me.
The suspect's mother was also informed and quickly arrived on scene. Though he was a full-grown adult, the officer still graciously allowed him to speak to his mom. Even the mother knew, however, that this is not something she can save her son from.
Just call Amy to go, please. Call Amy to go, please. Mom, please. Mom, go call Amy to go.
I need you.
I'm gonna talk. Mom, no, just call. Please call. Just call.
Alex, I need you to tell me what's going on.
I don't know.
Before we get into that,
just call. Please just call me.
I'm not trying to be rude, but he is an adult. I'm extending the blessing.
Mom.
Mom. To let you know what's going on.
I don't.
Okay, before he starts going off everything.
Mom, just call me. No.
Let him speak. Good? Yes, ma'am. I mean, yeah. Like I said, he's not a shout phone.
When they look into exactly how much money he stole from the store, the cameras show that there were opportunities for the manager to commit theft. However, there was no footage of the man literally shoving money inside his pockets and leaving the store. The suspect then took advantage of this uncertainty.
Ah, there you go. It's still 12:37 a.m. Alright. So that room is what? That's where you just left, right? That's the cash office where the money recycling is. Okay. Alright. So I don't know where you are because you're over here, out of the side of the camera, right? Yeah, because you walked over there. There you are, see? Hey, how you doing, man? And then where are you going there? You walked out of the view from there. Let's open it that way.
So check out.
Okay, no, the first way you went, because you went that way, then you come out that way.
Returns.
Okay, so it's right. So now this is the customer service returns area, right? Okay. Do you remember what you're doing at this point right here? Because you're outside the view of the one camera.
I don't remember any of this place.
Okay, there you go. What was that you just put right there?
I can't see that.
One might simply view him as an incredibly careless store manager, as he's seen on camera leaving bags with substantial amounts of cash lying around. But the detective knows there's more to it than just mere carelessness. So he then asked him why he was bringing bags of money to self-checkout.
Why? What are you going to do to self-checkout? Why are you going to self-checkout?
Stop the
Where's the money?
To be honest, if I want to take money from Walmart.
Oh no, I'm clarifying. Like I said, I just got here.
So this is my thing, right? If I can obviously see the evidence showing where I've done the cash advances and stuff.
Why are you living this like you are?
I'm basically at this point how I'm feeling is if I would have stole that money, I would not. If I was stolen from Walmart, I would have came back several other times.
I got you.
If it was me, I would take the money. To be honest, what smart criminal is going to come back and keep hitting up the same place when they know they have a team of people that can obviously issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm way smarter than that. If I was going to steal from Walmart and steal money, I would take it all in one chunk and then walk out.
Even though he wasn't seen grabbing cash, the suspect still hid from the camera's view to go to self-checkout with a bag full of money. Then when he came into view again, he just put the bag on the table where anyone could just grab it. Since the money wasn't in the bag anymore, this gave the officers reasonable suspicion.
I know it's not standard procedure to throw $9,000 onto a counter.
Right.
Because that's crazy. And what's even crazier is nobody goes by and takes that $9,000 out of the bag. That's even crazier, but the bag's empty. And again, you're still there, you're still in the store. See, that's, again, not sound like smart. That's problem cause.
Right.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubts. And then the other thing that, I find interesting. I know you're saying understand, or you don't recall the situation. I got that, okay? Because, stuff happens. I got you. Like, I don't remember what I do sometimes, too.
It's easier. And at this point, whatever I can do to not have to have a record on my thing inside your job, I'm willing to do it. It's really what I told him. I don't remember taking anything. I really don't remember the situation. This specific situation, seeing it, yes, I was here. I heard that. Other than that, he said it in multiple occasions. I don't remember.
I'm not worried about multiple occasions right now. I'm worried about this incident.
So far, the officer's been very direct and assertive with his questions. Since this didn't lead to a confession, he switched his tactics up and tried to be more empathetic and non-threatening. But will this approach make the suspect confess?
I don't think you're a dyed-in-the-wool criminal by any stretch of imagination. I don't think you're cold calculating anything like that. I think it was an opportunity to see some easy money. I mean, besides, Walmart's a big company. They do $9,000 like that, obviously, because there's at least $9,000 in the drawer, right? They're probably insured. They're probably going to get the money back from the bank. And it almost sounds like it's like a victimless for the black work big in this big company, multi-billion-dollar company. What the hell's $9,000 here? What's that? Yeah, no, there's not.
It's clear the officers made some progress, as the suspect suddenly asked to speak to his lawyer. Then, on the ride to the police station, he finally confessed to his crimes. However, when he was interrogated, he said he wasn't the only person involved in this scam.
When you put the money out there, who did you put that for that night specifically? What would have prompted you to tell somebody that money was back there?
Because I know that some of them need extra help as far as like paying their bills and stuff.
Okay.
And they're not getting the hours from Walmart.
They're not getting what?
They weren't getting their hours from Walmart.
So they're not getting the hours from Walmart. They need the money. Did they ask you to come up with this system? How is this system hatched? Who's the mastermind behind it? Honestly, it might be. How would they know about it unless they're privy to the way you log into the system and everything? Is this something that you told them?
Well, they already knew that only certain people can log in with their imprint in the recycler. But I have had discussions with other associates on numerous occasions on how to basically steal from Walmart without getting caught or like raising red flags.
The total amount stolen by the manager was a staggering $86,543. He was charged with organized scheme to defraud over $50,000 and was then escorted to a detention facility without incident. On the 23rd of January, 2024, in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, police were called to an El Car Wash. Surveillance video from the store revealed an employee stealing from the wallet of a fellow colleague, taking $165. When officers arrived outside, the suspect was on duty. However, they decided to first speak with the victim, Zach.
I'm just very confused right now. What do you mean you're confused? Why would you put in my wallet like that?
because the thief is stolen. I mean, that's simple. You know, obviously we have it on video, so, you know.
He sent me some weird stuff.
I don't know. Well, what I think we need to do is we're going to confront him and see if he'll return it first, because you have your ID and stuff in there.
Yeah.
If not, we still have the video. And the bottom line is, I don't know if the money's ever coming back, but let's see if we can get your wallet back. You can ask them. But again, that's going to be up to them and you.
The password's in there, my social security card, everything. All my personal.
What's your first name? Do me a favor and raise your right hand. You swear to affirm everything you're about to tell me is true and accurate to the best of your ability? Okay. What happened?
I just think I'm alone with last night.
So this was yesterday?
Yeah, I came back to the footage and
what time did you work yesterday?
I opened the morning, so I got here about 5.
Aside from robbing his wallet, Zach also informed the officer about some pretty disturbing behavior the suspect's been displaying towards him, and this might point to a possible motive.
He was sending me some weird stuff.
Like what?
I need you real bad.
When's he sending this?
Yesterday. Well, I won't think it once.
Said he needs you real bad?
Yeah, and I asked him, I was like, dude, you're alright, I'm gonna send you home. Like, you're acting real weird.
Okay.
I don't know if he was just like slow.
What else was he saying?
Just leave me some weird voicemails sometimes. Ask me to come hang out with him.
Okay.
Like, dude, he's 60. I'm 21.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Okay.
Alright. Well, we're gonna show you. It's got straight on the wallet.
Alright. So we're gonna go talk to him.
I'm sorry if I'm all over the place now. I literally was like, I had everything on my phone. Yeah, I was freaking out.
Okay.
Sounds like the suspect's a creepy stalker. So he probably didn't steal the wallet for the money. The suspect's taken into a room and read his Miranda rights. He then agreed to speak with the officers, and though he was being cooperative, he didn't give the answers the cops were hoping to hear.
Do you have any idea why I'm here right now?
Well, yeah, the man outside Zach said that I took his wallet yesterday.
Okay. Did you take his wallet?
No, sir, I did not.
Okay. So if we check cameras, it's going to show something different?
I don't know. I was watching him. My boss said that he didn't know I was taking him his belongings when he left.
What do you mean you were taking him his belongings?
He left his shirt here, his hat here, and I went to hand it to him.
You handed it to Zach?
No, I went to hand it to him and he was already gone. Zachary.
Okay, so you went to go hand it to Zachary and he was gone. So where did it go after that?
I brought his belongings back in here and I placed them on the desk.
Okay. And you haven't seen it since?
The last time I saw his wallet, sir, it was sitting on the desk here yesterday.
So far, the suspect denied stealing the wallet, but he has admitted to crossing some boundaries. It's pretty unusual for him to fetch Zach's personal belongings, considering they're not exactly friends, and Zach's already creeped out by the man.
Because I'm being told something different, all right? And there's cameras that show us something different.
Okay.
Okay. So either the camera's lying or you're lying.
I did not have his wallet, nor did I take it. If I would have, I would have called him.
Well, he said you did call him.
I didn't call him yesterday.
Yeah, he said that he's got messages from you yesterday.
Well, sir, you can check my phone. You can check my phone and check his phone. I did not call him yesterday.
Okay.
And if you want to talk to the lady Polly, he had lost his wallet last week also.
Okay. Well, we're more focused about yesterday.
The suspect's claim that he didn't call Zach contradicted Zach's claim that the suspect sent messages to him yesterday. It's also strange how he tried to swerve the conversation away from weird texts by then bringing up an older incident.
Can I ask you if I did call him? What was said? Do you have a phone record of this? I did not call. I called him twice when he left here at lunch. I called him twice yesterday. I can show you the times when he left here to pick up lunch and he left Polly and I alone. From 10:40 to 11 o'clock. I'll tell you exactly what time I called him. I called Zach at 10:39 when a customer had a question about a credit card. Because he had left the property.
Put your phone down.
Did he say what I said to him yesterday?
You just said you were acting off. You were acting odd. You were asking him random questions. Something just didn't seem right.
The security footage did not show him taking the wallet home with him, but he was seen putting something in his pocket, which he claimed to be his phone. The thing is, he was the last person seen with the wallet, and it's been missing since. So there's a very high chance the suspect has it.
So that means I stole a wallet. Well, you're depriving him of his property right now. You were the last one. Listen. You're depriving him of his property. You were the last one to have it, and now no longer can it be found. So that's why we're coming to you. Where's the wallet? Officer, I do not have.
Look, David, this is our biggest concern right now. Okay, if you threw the wallet in the trash somewhere, you just have to let us know so we can tell him that to put holds on his credit cards, put holds on his social security card, and all that stuff. That's the most important thing right now. So if you threw it in the trash, just tell us where. Just tell us yes or no if you threw it in the trash, so we can tell him.
Sir, look up my record.
I don't care about your record. I don't care about your record. You are a thief. You stole it, and we saw it. So you're going to go to jail if you don't cooperate with us. Do you understand that? I will take you to county jail for $150. I don't care. I get paid the same way. So either you tell me where it's at. We're not going to play this game anymore. We're not going to go back and forth, talk about last week. I don't give a shit. I want to know where the wallet is, and if you don't tell me where it is, you go to county jail. It's very simple.
The cops explain that stealing the wallet is a misdemeanor, and lying to them is only going to get him into much more trouble. After realizing the cops are still giving him the opportunity to come clean, the suspect probably realized he should grab the chance to avoid more serious consequences.
All right, so if you get the wallet back, it's a misdemeanor?
Yes.
And then what happens? And then we give you a notice to appear, and you can talk to a judge about it. And then you go home. We take the handcuffs off, I give you a piece of paper, you go home. Okay? Can you take these off? I will take you to the wallet. Okay, tell me where it's at first, because that's not how this is going to work. You're not going to dictate how we control this. All right? So tell me where it is, we can confirm it, and I will take those off of you. It's across the street in a storage unit. Okay, which storage unit? The one right over here? Yep. Is it your storage unit? Yep. Okay, why is it over there? That's where I put it.
After learning where the wallet was, the cops then asked him why he did it. He'd already told the police that he had 2 jobs and had no reason whatsoever to steal money from his colleague. But as suspected, there was a little bit more to it than just becoming a few dollars richer.
Why? I took it to make him crazy. Why do you want to do that to him? Because he makes me crazy. Okay. So do you guys have issues in the past? I always have issues with him. Okay. And then, so basically what happened is when you go in that back room, you were putting it in your pocket, weren't you? Yes. Okay. And then what did you do after that? I took it to my storage. When you got off work? Yep. What time did you get off work? 2:04, 2:05. Okay. And then you walked it over there? Yep. Well, I might have driven it over. Oh, well, whatever. You went over there immediately after you got off work and put it in there. Okay. And you said the cash is not in there. Where's the cash? I didn't take any cash out of it. So there should be cash in it then. I didn't take anything out of it. Okay. That's what I'm just saying. He's saying. He said there was $800 in it. Okay. Well, that's not what he told me. Well, wait. Ask Blake. Didn't he say there was $800 in it?
The officer points out that it's actually good news for the suspect that the wallet had only $160 in it and not $800, because that would have been a more serious charge. It's clearly undeniable that the man has a sick obsession with Zach and that he might be suffering from some sort of mental illness.
But if it's $165, I'll go to the bank right now and give it to him. I don't need his money. Okay, well, let me ask you. It was a prank. Okay, well, let me ask you this. If you didn't take his money, why are you so willing to pay it back? Who's willing to just shell out $165 if they didn't take it? Why don't you ask him how much shit I buy him from the grocery store? Okay, well, because he always needs money. Okay, well, we're getting off topic. He always needs money. Okay. Why? Ask him that. Ask him if I've ever. I don't have to ask him that. It's irrelevant. It has nothing to do. If you bought him stuff from the store in the past, that's between you two.
When the cop spoke to Zach again, he said the incident with the wallet and the creepy text messages weren't the only disturbing things the suspect did. There was also another incident related to a much more disturbing crime.
Yeah, I don't know. I left work a little bit earlier today. It's acting real weird, and I felt off when I got here, and I felt like really loopy towards the end of the day.
was like, I'm tired, let's go home. And then I was like, I don't remember anything after that. I woke up, the door was wide open. I had voicemail from him. I can show you guys. It's really creepy. They love me.
From him?
Yes. Okay. Somebody's like, just want to bribe me with like alcohol and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, it looks about right.
Everything's in there, with the exception of the money.
Yeah, 16 is money. Yeah. You still could like take pictures of anything, but
what's that?
He said you could take pictures of all this stuff if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that unfortunately you're just gonna have to monitor.
I already went through identity theft actually 3 months ago.
So yeah, just monitor it.
While the officers did manage to get his wallet back, the suspect has more pressing concerns, and it's something the officers should also look into. If they read between the lines of Zach's statement, the suspect may have drugged him as well, which is a much more serious crime.
You just want to reach out to about this? Reach out to as far as what? I don't know what the right time is. I just don't like it. I think my girlfriend said she calls up there.
Yeah.
You think I'm not crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, she, I called her last night and she recorded like me talking to her. I was like, yeah. And
yeah. So, I mean, at least you got this back. You can reach out to your banks and whatnot and tell them, hey, you know, I got my cards back, so they're not, you know, they're not stolen anymore.
Unfortunately, the victim's concerns about being violated fell on deaf ears, and it's a serious misstep on the part of the cops. The suspect was simply given a court date, but if he fails to show up, they'll simply put out a warrant and arrest the man. It looks like thieving cashiers have a penchant for rigging the lottery. On November 8th, 2022 in Florida, cops were called to a local Winn-Dixie to investigate a cashier who's been stealing lottery tickets. When the officer spoke to the store manager, he explained how the suspect's scheme worked.
We started seeing some lottery shortage over here for instant ticketing online. It started back around beginning of July, and it's gone on to present. So
since July, this individual's been selecting lottery cards.
Lottery cards, playing online tickets. Yes.
Okay. Can we go back in there for me real quick?
Can you tell me what's going on so I can try to...
I don't know what's going on, so I can...
Just because I don't want my kids to be stuck out the door. And
I know. Well, I don't know what's going on yet, so let me talk to him and we'll go from there.
So I have her on video, you know, collecting tickets, mainly at the liquor store, to just scratch the bottom to see if they're a winner or not. Discard them if they weren't, cash them if they were. Also another process on the cash register to where, like somebody brings up a winning ticket, we can key in instant lottery redemption and then put in the dollar amount and then we pay that out. Well, she figured out that she could do that even without a winning ticket, and everything's still balanced on the back end in our world. But then when we got the bill from lottery, then obviously we were like, okay, well, we paid out more redemptions than what we received. Okay. And so that's when all this started. So we're looking at total that I can prove that she took was $10,653, something like that.
The dollar amount here is considered a felony, and she'll most likely be charged with grand theft. And just like the cashier we saw earlier, cheating the lottery could also be considered fraud too. While you'd think she'd be on her best behavior because of these serious charges, this is sadly not the case.
So she's basically taking lottery tickets, scanning them. So don't they have to be activated first?
They're all active because they're all, you know, for gameplay.
Okay. You said.
Sorry, I didn't know what's going on for a call.
I will tell you. We're trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what I have. Okay. I'm gonna figure out if we're taking a jail or not taking a jail.
Well, I need to know because
I will let you know. Once I know, I will let you know. Okay. So can you sit down for me?
I don't want to lose my kids either.
Okay.
I have a 7-month-old and a child is in school right now having an asthma attack.
So let them figure out what's going on, and then
take a seat for me. We'll figure it out.
You know, they'll let you make a decision.
So I just can't just go home?
No.
Why?
Because the allegations, I guess, we have going on
They
against
still going to investigate this all.
Okay, well, now that they did their investigation. Now they can tell us what they have going
No,
on.
he said he had to talk to somebody else to finish going on and see what's going on.
Well, they're providing us a verbal statement.
The suspect's a single mother, and she's worried about her children and who will look after them. While the officers have some sympathy for her, she should have thought about her kids before committing an incredibly serious crime.
Okay, so it's not more like you just stole a candy bar, okay? I guess there's a question about almost $11,000 worth of lottery tickets. Okay. So,
Explain to you, it was like
he said,
like what numbers and what ticket numbers.
So, yes, we're gonna.
Go, hey,
Is that something you wrote down?
Yeah, this is what I got. Let me see.
You want that back or?
She's right. She's at.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
You bring it back. They do instant auto redemption as a hand key,
right?
And then they put $30. We give you $30,
right?
Well, everything bounces in our world until the state, which we only get quarterly. The state sends us a bill that says, "Hey,
you've actually overpaid something."
We overpaid the redemption because she figured out that she could just do that instant auto redemption for no ticket and take whatever money she wanted out of the cash.
Or fake. Correct. Or no, loser. Winner or loser.
Having a ticket. Not even having a ticket.
Because when Dixie only gets a bill on a quarterly basis from the state, before they learned about her scheme, she'd been able to operate it for a few months. But sometime back, they'd already had a talk with her about missing money. So that should have been a clue for the woman to start walking a straighter path.
I'm trying to think who went around my house that
I would try to figure it out.
That's what I'm trying to do.
So while we're figuring out stuff out here, so you figure out what's going on
So
here.
can you ask him, did he get the statement that he was just talking to me about this 2 months ago?
I will gladly ask you. Don't worry about that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be talking with them. We're going to figure out what we have going on. You have until by the time we come in here and talk to you about what's going on to figure out a ride for your family, for your kids and stuff. There's a possibility.
Why?
Because apparently you stole almost $11,000.
And the court in charge that run this store had a conversation with me, and they woke me up.
But like I said, let me figure out what they have over here. Just get somebody, see if they can pick your kids up just in case if you do happen to go to jail.
That's the thing, I'm trying to think, who can I call? My family don't stay here. They stay in Georgia.
Okay. Well, you need to figure out a family friend or somebody, or else I can call my friends at Child Protective Services.
So can I call y'all, one of the police officers that used to work with you guys?
Used to or does?
So, all right,
I don't know if they're...
trying to tell you about the meeting we had?
Hang on.
See, now he don't want to say nothing.
Because he's talking with us, I told you.
Eventually, a specialist in fraud arrived on scene. One of the cops clued him in about how the fraud worked and how she was able to pull it off for months without getting caught.
Money value, I mean, we're looking at like 11 grand over 5 months, man. I mean, that's corporate's problem. Well, it's theft. It's grand theft.
Yeah, but Warren Dixie has their own corporate that investigates shit like this.
Yeah, well.
And they wait 5 months to do this.
Well, they just knew about it 3 weeks ago because they got alerted by the state regarding, I guess, basically they sent a summary or whatever, and I guess they said like, oh, you're over this amount because basically each ticket has a value. So she would go in, just go to the computer and take money out without scanning a ticket. So that they hit. And then I guess that when they found out about it, they started investigating it, contacted the lottery police. Lottery police sent them all the information. I guess he just got the rest of the information, I don't know, yesterday, today, or 2 days ago, and then I guess she's here. So nobody's talked to her yet. I guess lottery police said that they have too high of a workload that they're not going to come take this, and that it's just simply grand theft. And if you need him to come to the station to go this way, to explain all the paperwork and how to read it and all this other kind of stuff. They've been helpful already, so
he'd be more than happy to come do that.
Eventually, the woman confessed and said she was stealing out of financial hardship and had to buy things for her newborn. The officer tried to argue that there are other options besides stealing.
There are resources out there, okay? And if you need help, you need to contact us, Salvation Army, Rescue Outreach Mission. There's a whole different slew of things out there, okay? We have a pamphlet at our police department, which is, so I know where you live, to make sure all your information's right, okay? There are pamphlets we have that have 100 different types of resources out there.
Okay, what else do my address?
So I know where you live.
Why you gotta know where I live?
For a report.
My address has to be on a report?
Everything will be on a report.
And while the woman's claiming that she's just an innocent mother trying to provide for her children, suspiciously, she seems to know more about the criminal justice system than the cops, even questioning how they conduct their procedures.
You're gonna take a ride to jail, okay? So sit down.
Come on.
Who do you need to call?
I don't have nobody to go get my kids, so come on. If you catch my house.
Hang tight. We have some things that need to be handled over here. So have a seat.
Okay, what will be the charge?
Grand theft and scheme to defraud. As of now, 1 count of grand theft and scheme to defraud.
What is that?
But there's going to be more counts of grand theft coming down the road once they can go through everything and itemize every individual transaction. So every transaction is a theft.
So I'm gonna have a felony charge.
Yes. 2 felonies. But it's 1 count now, but it's gonna add up.
Okay, so I won't even get no bond. Okay.
I believe there is. Don't quote me on it though. All right, so have a seat.
So y'all gotta arrest me inside here.
Hey, just bring that later. I don't even need it. Come on.
The suspect was charged with felony grand theft and sentenced to 2 years probation. However, she later violated probation and had to serve 8 months in prison. Sadly, there are some people who never learn. As all these cases demonstrate, there's no substitute for an honest day's work. And while stealing from an employer might provide easy money, inevitably, it leads to serious consequences. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.